Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
And this is where it all begins. I already know I'm about to witness something special here today, so I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm basically just going to get my introduction out of the way. That way we can just jump right in, enjoy that good stuff. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do right here, right now. What's up, guys? Shoot Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another reaction today, jumping into a brand new series. You guys saw the thumbnail that you clicked on. You guys see the title of the video listed down below. It's House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 1, the series premiere, The Heirs of the Dragon. And man, I am super excited for this. I gotta say, the gods, they're definitely sending some blessings my way for the first time in my life. What took you guys so long? Because everything is actually going according to plan. The timing couldn't be better right now. Not only did I just do my first watch, complete my first watch of Game of Thrones a few months back, but I actually just wrapped up another show that I'm watching. So this is taking its place. It was actually another prequel show. So I'm going from Better Call Saul to House of the Dragon. Honestly, I couldn't be happier to jump back into this world. One thing I do gotta say, speaking of the world of Game of Thrones here, because you guys actually let me know that some of my videos on YouTube are currently being blocked, so I can let you guys know that I am disputing all blocked reactions. So if there's any episode reactions that you guys are currently looking for that aren't currently listed, unfortunately they are blocked at the moment. But if all disputes are rejected, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the YouTube trimming tool to try and get them back up there for you guys, even though the trimming tool really sucks. It's going to be really choppy, but like I said, I'm going to try my best just for you guys. But as always, the best place, if you guys ever want to see the reactions themselves in full, is Patreon. But speaking of which, if you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, link to my Patreon is down in the description below. Or subscribe to the channel. Now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go.
As the first century of the Targaryen dynasty came to a close, the health of the old king, Jaehaerys, was failing.
We're just jumping right into it here.
In those days, House Targaryen stood at the height of its strength, with 10 adult dragons under its yoke.
10?
No power in the world.
I thought 3 was a lot. Jeez.
In the year 101, the old king called a great council to choose an heir. 14 succession claims were heard, but only 2 were truly considered. Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, the king's eldest descendant, and her younger cousin, Prince Viserys Targaryen, the king's eldest male descendant.
Well, we already know who wins.
The Prince Viserys Targaryen!
The lords instead chose Viserys. My father, he knew the cold truth. The only thing that could tear down the House of the Dragon was itself.
It's now the 9th year of King Viserys, the first Targaryen's reign, 172 years before the death of the Mad King Aerys and the birth of his daughter, Princess Daenerys Targaryen. 172 years before Daenerys Targaryen. They made that very clear. They're giving us dragons right off the bat. Yo. What a sight to behold. That's when it was thriving. People aren't even scared or anything, too. They're just walking, going about their business in the streets. So cool.
Welcome back, Princess. I trust your ride was pleasant.
Try not to look too relieved, sir.
Every time that golden beast brings you back unspoiled, saves my head from a spike.
You know I don't like you to go flying while I'm in this condition.
You don't like me to go flying when you're in any condition.
This discomfort is how we serve the realm.
I'd rather serve as a knight and ride to battle and glory.
You know, I'm getting like Arya vibes from her.
The childbed is our battlefield. We must learn to face it with a stiff lip.
My lords, the growing alliance among the free cities has taken to styling itself the Triarchy. They have massed on Bloodstone. A man called Kragas Drahar has styled himself the Prince Admiral of this Triarchy.
You're late. King's cupbearer must not be late. Leaves people wanting power.
Physically none.
Yo, definitely Arya vibes. King's cupbearer as well.
I would urge that you not allow this Triarchy much latitude in the stepstones, your grace. It will beggar our ports.
The Crown has heard your report, Lord Corlys, and takes it under advisement. Shall we discuss the Heirs tournament, your grace?
That's pretty stern.
I would be delighted. Before the games are over, my son will be born. The whole realm will celebrate.
We have no way of predicting the sex of the child.
There's a boy in the Queen's belly.
I know it. And my heir will soon put all of this damnable hand-wringing to rest himself.
The heirs of the throne of the dragon.
Does my father know his head?
No.
Good.
God be good.
There it is. Sitting on the throne too. Yo. What a great shot there.
I brought you something.
It was a really brooding shot. I like that.
Do you know what it is?
It's Valyrian steel. My dark sister.
Now, you and I both own a small piece of our ancestry.
Can you say yet what it is?
We've sent inquiries to the Citadel. They are searching
The fuck was that?
cases.
It's a small cut from sitting the throne. It's nothing.
Whatever it is, it needs to be kept quiet.
You spend more time in that bath than I do on the throne.
Has there been any word from your dear brother?
Not since I named him commander of the City Watch. I'm sure he will re-emerge for the tourney.
The tourney. To celebrate the firstborn son that we presently do not have.
This child is a boy, Emma.
Yeah.
He really wants a boy.
I'm certain of it. I've never been more certain of anything.
That was from the trailer too.
Commander on the floor! Beginning tonight, King's Landing will learn to fear the color gold.
Yo, look at his armor too. Oh! Jamie? Oh! Can't show that on YouTube. Oh shit.
A prince cannot be allowed to act with this kind of unchecked impunity.
First episode. They're coming out swinging.
Brother?
Literally. Look at his face too.
Your new gold cloaks made quite the impression last night, didn't they?
Did they?
The city watch is not a sword to be wielded at your whim.
Our city should be safe for all its people.
I agree. I just hope you don't have to maim half of my city to achieve this.
Time will tell.
Any further performances like last night's will be answered.
He's trying to do the right thing. I just don't think he has any control over Damion. Looks like no one does. Seems to be a bit of a loose cannon here.
My grandmother passed. And this great day has been made more auspicious by the news that I am happy to share.
Nira.
Queen Emma has begun her labors.
Is it a boy? See how these guys do. I feel like they're gonna have nothing on the mountain. Nicely done. Oh, that was a cool shot.
What do you know about the Sir Kristen Cole, Sir Howard?
I'm told Sir Kristen is common-born son of Lord Dondarrion the Steward, but other than that, and the fact that he's just unhorsed both of the Baratheon lines, I really couldn't say.
Oh, is that different armor? Like dragon wings on the helmet, I just noticed. That's so cool. Oh, stare down. Chose him specifically to take a shot at him on the council. The hand of the king. I don't know his name yet. I feel like he's gonna mess him up just to prove a point. Just to be a dick. Oh. Oh. Playing dirty. Is he alright? The horse actually survived. First show I've ever watched where the horse survives.
Nicely done, Uncle.
Thank you, Princess. Now, I'm fairly certain I can win these games, Lady Alicent. Having your favour.
Good luck, my prince.
I feel like there's quite a few shots being taken at the hand of the king right now. Man, she's suffering.
The infant is in breach, Your Grace. All attempts to turn the babe have failed.
Yeah, I've never given birth clearly, but I don't have to know that it sucks. Ooh, ooh. I can't believe the I was gonna say, I can't believe they actually showed that, as they showed somebody else's face being bashed in.
During a difficult birth, it sometimes becomes necessary for the father to make an impossible choice.
Yes, to choose.
You can save the child. We must either act now or leave it with the gods.
This guy's good, but Damon, he seems like a freaking killer.
I love you.
Screams. Oh, they're cutting into her. Ooh! Whoa! God damn! I've been playing some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater free game PS Plus this month. That's exactly what he did, yo. He grinded the rail. Okay, he's going off right now. He's pissed. Ooh! Did not see that coming. He clipped him. He seems like a sore loser. I just don't see him just walking away.
He's Danish.
I was hoping to ask for the princess's favor.
So much blood.
Congratulations, Your Grace. You have a son. A new heir, Your Grace.
He knew.
Had you and the Queen chosen a name? Babe.
Not crying because of the death. I'll cry. When I cry in the show, you guys will know. I legit got something in my eye right now. Fuck.
Waiting for you.
I
was gonna say, that one cloth looks a little small. She said that strong.
If Damon were to remain the uncontested heir, it could destabilize the realm. What are you saying? My brother would murder me. Take my crown.
Are you?
I don't know him well enough just yet to say whether he would or not.
Damon has ambition.
That's another brooding shot, though. We see him sitting on the throne, too.
Patience for it. The gods have yet to make a man who lacks the patience for absolute power, Your Grace.
If we cannot agree on an heir, then how can we
My
expect
wife
a
and son are dead! I will not sit here and suffer crows that come to feast on their corpses!
Give the king some time. He's kind of going through a lot right now. They're stressing over who's next.
Last night, Prince Damon bought out one of the pleasure houses on the Street of Silk.
King and council have long moved my position as next in line for the throne.
But, dream and pray as they all might, it seems I'm not so easily replaced.
Yeah, he's gonna win over everybody if he hasn't already.
Gods give just as the gods take away.
He toasted Prince Damion,
The king's son.
styling him the heir for a day. I corroborated this report with 3 separate witnesses. The evening was, by all accounts, a celebration.
The heir for a day. Did you say it?
We must all mourn in our own way.
Fess up.
But instead of being by my side or near us, you chose to celebrate your own rise! Laughing with your whores and your leg spittles!
10 years you've been king, and yet not once have you asked me to be your hand.
Why would I do that?
Because I'm your brother, and the blood of the dragon runs thick.
Then why do you cut me so deep?
I've only ever spoken the truth. I see Otto Hightower for what he is.
An unwavering and loyal
A
hand.
cunt.
Otto Hightower is a more honorable man than you could ever be.
He doesn't protect you. I would.
From what?
Yourself weak.
Don't say that to the king or your brother.
And that Council of Leeches knows it. They all play on you for their own ends.
I have decided to name a new heir.
I'm your heir.
Not anymore. You are to return to Runestone and your lady wife at once.
God
And you are to
damn.
do so without quarrel. By order of your king.
He's gonna go off. Turn his back on his brother. Oh yeah, that's just gonna set him off. He cut himself. Blood being spilt. I feel like that was very symbolic as well.
When you look at the dragons, what do you see?
What? You haven't spoken a word to me since Lance's funeral. And now you send your King's Guard down.
Answer me. It's important. What do you see?
I suppose I see us.
Tell me.
Everyone says Targaryens are closer to gods than to men. But they say that because of our dragons. Without them, we're just like everyone else.
She's a smart one.
The idea that we control the dragons is an illusion. Targaryen must understand this to be king. Or queen. I have wasted the years since you were born, wanting for a son.
She's been there the entire time.
There's something else that I need to tell you. Might be difficult for you to understand. And just as Daenerys foresaw the end of Valyria, Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men. It is to begin with a terrible winter. All of Westeros must stand against it. And if the world of men is to survive, a Targaryen must be seated on the Iron Throne. A king or queen. Aegon called his dream the Song of Ice and Fire. This secret, it's been passed from king to heir since Aegon's time. Now you must promise to carry it.
Yo, I don't know why this is hyping me up here. Just because we saw how it all played out, where exactly did it go wrong for them though? If they're already aware, they knew what was coming.
Viserys Targaryen.
I guess the Mad King.
First of his name, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm.
I guess that's his dragon.
You hear my name, Rhaenyra Targaryen, Princess of Dragonstone, and heir to the Iron Throne.
She looks like a little badass, I gotta say. Seems like overwhelmed by it all. And there's the score. Wow. The series premiere of House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 1, The Heirs of the Dragon, and I gotta say, I enjoyed the fuck out of this first episode. One thing I gotta kind of ask you guys though is everything that we're gonna see in the show already a foregone conclusion? Because I don't know, I feel like it would just be boring for some viewers if that was the case. If everybody's already in the know, they know how exactly everything is gonna play out from here on out, from day one, then what's the whole point of even watching in the first place? Or, I don't know, I'm just hoping or I'm thinking that there's gonna be some things or maybe some tricks up their sleeve from the creators that they're going to throw at us, even for people that think that they're in the know, just to kind of keep them guessing and keep them on their toes as well and make for an overall better viewing experience. I don't know if everything is already a foregone conclusion or not. Let me know in the comments down below, because I got to be honest, when it comes to a lot of these characters' fates, like even losing Viserys' wife in this episode here and his child, I didn't know exactly how that was all going to play out. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this like, yes, that's exactly how it goes down in the books. Or, of course we knew that. That's exactly what they discussed in Game of Thrones. So I'm kind of watching this almost like having never even seen the previous stuff. Obviously, I have seen Game of Thrones already, but I've never read a single book or any of that. So a lot of stuff that is going to go down, at least for me, is going to be fresh, even though it may or not be for you guys. So that's why I kind of want to ask you guys, or let me know if everything that we see here is already a foregone conclusion or not. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this first episode, I gotta say. One thing that might catch you guys by surprise, because for anybody that tuned in for my Game of Thrones reactions, I think you guys know that I was House Stark from day one. There's a character though, there's two characters that I really enjoyed from this episode that really stood out to me that I'm really liking right now, just based off the first episode. One of those characters might surprise you guys based off my previous love and my forever love that will always remain for House Stark. That's actually Damion, because clearly he's kind of being made out to be, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying antagonist, but I don't know. There's some brooding shots that they gave us of him this episode. The first one was him actually sitting on the throne, and then as the camera like panned in closer towards him in the dark, kind of like that one seemed like shadowy, which I really liked. That was a great shot. I've seen that actor before too. I don't know where. It might have been a few places. I feel like he's an actor that's popped up or that's been around. So I'm really enjoying his performance in the show so far as Damion. And that was actually the only name that stood out to me from the trailer that I react to and watched just a week or two ago. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on him. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be the villain of this entire series, but he's kind of being made out to be based off this first episode, and I'm really enjoying his performance right now. So that might catch some people off guard because I've seemed to, when it came to Game of Thrones, always rooted for the good guy. I know a lot of these characters, you can't really label them as good or bad. Maybe things will change as the series progresses as well, but I do gotta say, based off this first episode, he doesn't really seem like a good guy. So yeah, I could be wrong about that, but just based off this first one, I'm kind of liking one of the villains of the show, which is very interesting and very different from Game of Thrones, my entire Game of Thrones experience. But yeah, the other character that I did mention, two characters that I'm really liking that really stood out to me based off this first episode. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. I think it's Rhaenyra, not Rhaenyra. Not sure if it's an R or a V. I'm sure I'll learn over time here. But yeah, her character kind of stood out to me right off the bat. At first I was going to be thinking like Daenerys, of course, Dany. But no, that's not really the case. Well, maybe a bit of her, but more so Arya. I was getting major Arya vibes from her, which was super cool because for anybody that watched, yet again, my Game of Thrones reactions that was with me from start to finish, I think you guys know, I even said at the very end for the finale that Arya was actually my favorite character throughout the entire series. When everything was said and done, Arya, and I had to pick one character as my favorite, it was Arya. So getting those same vibes from this character, Rhaenyra, I think it's Rhaenyra. I'm probably wrong. Forgive me, guys. It's only the first episode. It's going to take me some time to learn the names. I feel like I'm doing pretty good already, though. Viserys, Damion, Rhaenyra. Who else did we have? Hightower, Little Miss Hightower. I don't know if it was just me, too, but when that, like, she was helping dress up Rhaenyra, getting ready for her being sworn in as the heir to the throne. I don't know. She got a bit of a look, or she gave a bit of a look to Rhaenyra, where it was like, was there a bit of jealousy there? I don't know. Maybe it was just me that was picking up on that. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, I definitely sensed something there. Let me know if you guys sensed something there for that scene also. But I feel like a lot went down for our first episode. We had the javelin battles that were going down. That was great to see. I was actually thinking when Daemon lost that he was just going to go off, kind of like the Mountain did, especially when the guy took off his helmet and he was asking for their word, their promise, or something from the queens or princesses. I thought he was going to get struck from behind. Clearly that was not the case, but I don't know, just the way that was being filmed also, I was fully expecting Daemon to be a sore loser and just freaking behead him or something. But speaking of beheading, there was a lot of gore this first episode too. My God. And speaking of Daemon, also, of course he's going to be a part of it. Of course I'm liking his character right off the bat. Not because he basically slaughtered most of town. What was the reasoning for that too? I got to go back and look. Like, it just seems like, based off what they were saying at the council afterwards, that it was kind of just to stake their claim, to show who they are, to bring fear amongst the people so they don't lash out later. But I don't know, just his whole crew, they seemed to be down with it, or down from the start. And he was really riling people up there in the brothel afterwards also. When what was the name that he gave his nephew that passed? It was Heir for a Day, like super disrespectful. Obviously that's exactly what he was, but you don't want to give an official title to your nephew that just passed also. Like, man, what a shot at your brother. I don't know how I feel about Viserys this episode. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about Daemon after this first episode, but I really liked some of the symbolic stuff that was going down, especially when Daemon kind of had to turn his back on his brother. Well, he was kind of forced to when he was being banished, sent away, no longer the heir to the throne. That clearly, that's going to set him off, things into motion here, and he grabbed his dragon, he just went off on his own way, and then some blood being shed right afterwards. There's two things where the king actually got hurt based off the throne, and the first one was kind of a lesion. I don't know if that's mentioned somewhere else or if that's going to lead to something else. Maybe that's eventually going to lead to his death, because I don't think it was just a simple piercing from sitting on the throne. It seemed like something more. I don't know what the fuck it could be. I'm not a doctor over here, especially in those times, whatever the hell is going around. But I don't know if it's grayscale or something else, but it did not look good. It was like pussing. He seemed to kind of just want to brush it off. I'm sure that's going to come back also. I'm not sure if that's actually what does lead to his death. I could be wrong about that, but it looks like it's going to affect him severely. So we shall see if that does play a part in things moving forward. But yeah, I've definitely seen the actor that is playing Viserys also. I'm trying to think, where have I seen him before? Oh, do you know what just hit me too? I didn't even realize this while watching. I was going to bring up At the World's End. Great movie. I actually really enjoyed that. I might even like that one more than Shaun of the Dead, which there's a hot take for you. I've never seen Hot Fuzz, but out of I think that's like the trilogy there. I forget what it's called. But yeah, the main role that I know this guy from is Peaky Blinders, which I've also reacted to on my channel. Make sure you guys check out my full reactions to the entire series for that. But yeah, I just realized it right now when I was thinking, what else have I seen this guy in? I obviously knew throughout this entire episode at the World's End, but I wasn't even thinking about Peaky Blinders till just now. It just hit me. So yeah, I'm enjoying his performance right now. He's not my favorite in regards to the character. I don't know. I was really trying to like scope out in regards to seeing how he acts as a king or how he is as a king, and I don't know. I don't really have like a final verdict just yet. So the jury's still out in regards to him as a king so far in my final review of him as a king. But yeah, for a first episode, I feel like they really did a lot. Not only did we have the javelin stuff, us being introduced to all these characters, really liking Damion and Rhaenyra so far, but her mother and Viserys' wife, losing her and his son, first episode, man, that was pretty big. Heir for a day, and right when they were paying to the death afterwards, when little Rhaenyra, she's like, Dracarys, that was a great scene also. I saw one of the claws, so I was like, wait, that one looks kind of small, and then that's what hit me after they said it afterwards, that, yeah, Heir for a day. So yeah, I don't really know what to expect moving forward. I feel like a lot of scenes that I saw in the trailer, they kind of got out of the way for this first episode, which was really great to see because, like I said, for the trailer, I don't watch a lot of trailers nowadays because I do feel like they spoil so much. But yeah, I don't know where we go from here for the remainder of the season. Obviously for you guys are all-stars. You guys are pros. You guys know exactly what's going to happen, what line is going to be said. You guys know for all these characters and all their fates. I don't know if this first season is going to be 10 episodes, but I'm on Wikipedia right now where the first episode is listed, and the second episode is listed as well, titled The Rogue Prince. But past that, I don't see any episodes listed here at all, so I don't know if HBO just hasn't revealed all the titles or, yeah, the episode titles just yet. They're keeping it under wraps. Maybe some are spoilish, that's why. But yeah, I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to the remainder of this season. I'm just gonna assume that it's 10 episodes, which is going in line with Game of Thrones. Hopefully they're not shorter seasons like the last season or the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones, because that was one of my main complaints, and it wasn't even really so much a complaint. I kind of just rolled with the punches that were thrown at us when it came to seeing how Game of Thrones played out. But the one thing that I definitely agreed on when it came to the critics, even though I liked how things ended, I know there's another hot take for you. I'm one of those, one of the few, but I do agree with everybody that was saying, like, the seasons, the story that they were telling in the end, especially, it should have been expanded with anything, a longer season, never mind a shorter season. So hopefully we don't have a shorter season here. Let me know if it's already been confirmed, the amount of episodes that we are getting for this season. But yeah, the one thing I wanted to say also, it kind of just hit me, the actress playing Rhaenyra, I've never seen her before, but if I can, I don't know, the same vibes aside from the character vibes of Arya, in regards to actress vibes, the one girl from Peaky Blinders also, what was the other show that she's in? I've never seen it, but I think it's The Queen's Gambit. You guys know the actress I'm talking about. She's a really good actress. Those are the same type of vibes, like the same level of skill of acting that I'm getting from her as well. So I don't know if this is like the first thing that she's ever done, this show here, House of the Dragon, but if she's done any other movies, let me know if there's anything else that she's really known for. But yeah, she was a standout for this episode. And like I said, one of the two characters that really stood out for me that I'm liking most right now, Damion and Rhaenyra. I will learn her name, I promise. Apologies for now. But yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. Like I said, great first episode. Great, phenomenal series premiere. So I guess the next one, The Rogue Prince, I think we already know what that one's about, but I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. I pretty much touched on a little bit of everything there. Really looking forward to the next episode. As always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. You guys can like, subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I'm not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you back in, you came back in and shit on me, drag me along for a week.